Good morning. Today we've got a Yamaha R6 race bike in for a full tune. So obviously we're looking to get the most out of the bike, make it nice and smooth on the throttle, consistent fuel mixture. So we're going to be basically running only 2 fuel mixtures except for on top where we'll richen it up a bit for safety. We're going to pump the timing and see where we get some knock. Other than that, the client's installed a Z-Tronics. He's got all his own units. He's got a Woolwich auto blip quick shifter on there, and basically he does track days with it, but we're going to be tuning it like a race bike, so at least we've got a nice consistent mixture. Everything performs the way it should. There's not too many drastic changes when you're accelerating out of corners or off the throttle. So we're looking for smooth, good power. So we'll see what she does on the pre-run. Okay, so that's the pre-run on the race bike. Let's take a look, see here. That's what the curve looks like. Values 101.7 horsepower and 55.8 newton meters of torque. The curve's a bit dippy. Obviously we've got to get all that set up with the timing, smooth it out. That's what the timing curve just looks like that. It's all over the place. Air fuel ratio very inconsistent. Runs quite rich on top. Let's just take a look, see here. So right on top it's running about 11.3 to 1, and obviously not very ideal for racing. Starts off at 18, runs very inconsistent all over the place. So we'll work on that. Okay, so we'll just run through some of these settings. We've dropped the fan temperature down, and we've done a few of the disables of the the emissions and O2 sensors and everything else. So the servo's been disabled, everything's been disabled there. Let's go limiters. We're going to leave it standard because these bikes rev extremely high to start with. So we don't want to be messing with that and drop a valve. Let's take a look at our electronic throttle maps for gear 5. Okay, so as you can see that it does open up 100%. But obviously we're looking to maximize airflow and correct the map, so you'll see that there's huge dips. You see this huge dip here, that's no good, that's not smooth power. So we need to correct that and obviously dome that slightly, and that will obviously increase the airflow in the motor, and then we can start correcting the rest of the ignition timing and everything. So you can see there's very steep climbs to 100%, and there's funny things happening all over the place. So this is just a stock map I reloaded now because we're starting from scratch. The client had a bit of a play there already. So you can see how it changes there. So the lower gears are actually more performance than the higher gears. We'll sort that out. And then our ignition timing map, all over the place. Look at that. So that has not been, tampered with. That is how the factory puts it. You can see it's not gear related, but you can see it's an extreme climb, and then it dips off, and they do their testing, and then on top it retards quite extreme. So we got a peak of 45 degrees of timing, and it's dropping down to like 36, and then coming back up to 38. So we've got to sort all that out. Let's see what else we got. Fuel maps. Okay, well those are pretty irrelevant at the moment, but we'll sort that out. A little bit rough, but other than that we'll first map it up, see what it looks like, and then we'll get some smooth fueling going. So let me get started on making some changes, and then Okay, so there's our timing graph, is all smoothed out. We set a peak of 45. So we've got 46 there. Obviously again we've got detonation control, so we just got to check everything, make sure there's no pinging. Let's take a look at our throttle maps. Let's go to gear 5 that we were on before. So you can now see that it's a nice smooth transition up to full throttle. and we've opened it up a lot sooner. So it was only opening up from about here before, and this is a nice smooth transition, not too much of a steep ramp. So very predictable throttles, that should help a lot. We're going to get tuning now, and then we will see what she puts up. So if you're reading detonation, it's always good to have a place to clip onto just at the top of the piston there, because that's obviously where you're going to hear it the best. And then when you're doing your write, so we're just doing our first write now, always have a battery charger, because if it bombs out, then you've got to go bugging Woolwich Racing to help you to unlock. So yeah, I just had to strip the seat off because of the battery. But anyway, nice neat little setup here. Client's done a good job of installing everything, because he's supplied all his own things. We're using his account to write. So yeah, we'll just write in this base map, and then we'll start logging some AFR. Made some changes to the quick shifter. So obviously it was a bit too jerky, like woo, the kill times were too long. So I've changed that, and I've changed the blip up RPMs just to make it a bit more smoother, so it just blips past where the gearbox is actually meshed, and then it allows you to shift down quite nicely. And then we'll just play around with the throttle opening settings, and take it from there. So we're just busy with the right now, and then we'll see what Righto, so that's our R6 race bike done. We've got nice smooth auto blips. Obviously, I'll just show the client how to make some changes if he wants to go a bit more kill time. Never hurts. So this is our graph. We've gained a substantial amount of power there. It's about maybe 7 or 8 horsepower there. The most I saw, where was it? We gained about 10 horsepower in one spot anyway. So that's done. We've gained horsepower, we've gained torque, all from about 7. Obviously a 600 race bike you ride more in this area. Don't really use that. I don't know why I didn't gain there. I pumped the timing up until it detonated, still didn't gain power. You can see our fuel curve is dead straight. Very nice and straight fuel curve, that blue line. So we're running 12.8 on top here, running about 13.2 in the mid-range, all the way there. A little bit leaner on the bottom, but I'm happy with that. Nice perky mixture. Final specs, 101.7 to 108.1, and torque's up from 55 to, call it 59. Yeah, very happy with everything. Bike feels amazing. I think the client's going to love it. Anyway, that brings us to the end of our tune on the R6 race bike. Hope you enjoyed it. Stay tuned for the next video. Thanks a lot.